everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. We are going to be making some jalapeno poppers today. I think these are absolutely delicious. I have gotten praise from them from meat eaters, vegetarians. Everybody seems to really love them, and anytime I've made them, they are gone so fast. Seriously, the first time I made them for company, I didn't even get one because everyone ate them so quickly. Now, I did make these in a Halloween video like over a year ago, but I feel like they need their own video because you're not going to see that one unless you're looking for Halloween appetizers, and honestly, like, these deserve a video of their own. They're so good. Just to preface this, there is no bacon in this recipe, but I think that you could absolutely add it and it would be really good. I don't eat meat, so I'm not putting it in, but I will let you know at the point in the video that you could add it in, and I think they would probably be phenomenal like that. For meat eaters, I know you guys go crazy for bacon. The last time that I made these for people, somebody actually told me they were like the vegetarian version of bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers because they were really, really good. So I'm just gonna make them and hopefully you guys enjoy. So the ingredients for this recipe, pretty simple. You're gonna need jalapeno peppers, of course. I have Parmesan here. You can also add mozza or Monterey Jack or even cheddar would be good. I think I'm just gonna do Parmesan today, but I have added mozza in the past and it's always good. And then some cream cheese for the filling and croissant dough. I just use a pre-made one from the store because I'm not making croissant dough just to wrap them around jalapeno poppers. And then of course we'll add spices to them, but I will talk about that in a little bit. Okay, so to start, I'm just going to prep my jalapenos. So I'm just cutting the top off, cutting them in half lengthwise, and then I'm going to just cut out the insides. You should probably wear gloves when you're doing this, but I'm going to do my best not to touch the insides the best that I can. We have all gotten jalapeno in our eye, and it sucks. Something that I like about this recipe is you can really customize the amount that you're making, whereas like if you're doing a dip or something like that, it's a bit harder to make a small amount, where with these, honestly, even if you just wanted to make like 2, you could do that. I'm not sure why you would do that, but you definitely could. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the insides, and I'm just going to give these a wash. Okay, and then once your jalapenos are prepped, you can just go ahead and put them off to the side. While you do that, I highly recommend taking your plain cream cheese. I'm just using Philadelphia. You can use any kind of cream cheese. I've always used plain because I like to add my own spices, but I think it could be really good to experiment with different kinds of flavored cream cheese. So, I mean, if you want to do that, knock yourself out. And I really don't have very many, so I definitely don't need a ton of filling. And then I'm going to add Parmesan cheese. Like I said, you can add other kinds as well. I always do Parmesan. Typically I do like Parmesan and mozza or Parmesan and Monterey Jack. All right, and now for spices, I'm going to do salt and pepper, of course. Not too much pepper, just a little bit. And then I'm going to do a bit of parsley. This is just dried parsley. You could definitely do fresh if you have it. Garlic powder, always. Quite a bit. I like garlic. And then I'm going to do smoked paprika. I think this personally is the key. I love smoked paprika so much. And it also helps add a bit of the smoky flavor, where if you're not using bacon, a lot of people like that smoky flavor paired with jalapenos, so I find that that's also a good tip if you don't eat meat. And then I'm going to add a bit of onion powder. I always leave my cream cheese on the counter when I'm preparing my jalapenos, just so that it softens and it's easier to mix, so I would definitely recommend doing that as well, because cream cheese can be tricky. I know that I'm not giving measurements for the cream cheese or like the Parmesan or anything, but honestly it's so hard to do because you never know how much someone's making, and it really just depends on the quantity. But I will say a good tip is to do like enough cream cheese that it would fill like half of your jalapenos, because it's going to bulk up with the cheese, like the shredded cheese that you add. So if you have enough that it can like fill half of the jalapenos, you should be good. But I always make a little bit extra just in case, because you know, you don't want to have to remake filling when you're in the middle of stuffing them. And another thing that you can do with the extra filling, if you do have extras, honestly, just spread this on a tortilla wrap and cut it up like pinwheels. Super good. Especially if you add like some red pepper or onion, things like that. It's really good like that as well. So no need to waste it. Okay, so now it is time to stuff them. So I just have a baking sheet here with parchment paper on it and my tiny little jalapenos. So all I'm gonna do is spoon it out and stuff them. Super self-explanatory and very easy. And you really don't need to worry about being too perfect or neat on this. If they're a little bit overstuffed, it's not a huge deal at all. Okay, so now we're going to take our croissant dough and pop it open. This has got to be the scariest part of these cans. Oh God, I didn't peel it right. Oh, we got it now. We're good. Ah! Oh my God. That thing was ready. Oh gosh, how embarrassing. She's gonna come down and check on me now because I screamed. Okay, and so for the wrapping, I'm actually not gonna use all of this because I don't have very many, so I'm not gonna unroll all of it. I'm just using the croissant dough, like I said. I'm sure the pizza dough would work as well. This is just what I have always used. And I'm just gonna rip them into their little triangles. And then I'm just gonna take a butter knife and go and cut them into long strips as best as you can. They definitely don't all have to be even, not a huge deal if they're not. And I mean, they won't be because it's coming from a triangle. And then all you need to do is wrap them. And so like I said in the beginning of the video, if you wanted to do bacon on these, this is when I would add it. I think you could do a bacon layer and then you could do this over top and it would probably be super good. But I'm just gonna do it this way and they're still very tasty. And I don't wrap them fully covered. Like it's okay if there's gaps like this. I think it's honestly kind of better that way. So that's how I do it. But if you want to completely cover them, you can definitely go for it. Another reason you don't need to worry too much if there's parts showing like this is because since we are using croissant dough, it does puff up quite a bit. And so typically the gaps kind of just fill themselves in a little bit. So once you have all your jalapenos wrapped up and ready to go, you can put them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. And they should be all crisped up and good to go. I've made these in larger quantities and smaller quantities, and 10 minutes always seems to be like the golden ticket. They always seem like they're all fully cooked, so that's what I would do. But if you need to pop them in for a few extra minutes, obviously go for it. Something nice though that I wanted to say about this recipe, if you don't want to bake them immediately, or if you're making these for like a New Year's Eve thing or something like that, you can just put them in the fridge, cover them obviously, but you can just put them in the fridge like this for like overnight. You can prep them the day before, which is what I typically do. So I'm a big fan of make ahead appetizers because it just cuts down on the cooking time that you have to do the day of when you're entertaining or anything like that. And yeah, it's just nice to not be stuck in the kitchen the whole night. But yeah, once you are ready to bake them, 400 degrees for 10 minutes and they'll be good to go. Okay, and so then once they're out of the oven, like I said, 10 minutes at 400 degrees and they should be good. Ideally, they're kind of golden on the top like this. And then you can just plate them and they're ready to eat. They're really good dipped in ranch or just on their own. So that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you make them, definitely let me know. Like I said in the beginning, these are a fan favorite. People always like them when I make them, so you should let me know if you make them and if you enjoy them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure you check out the rest of the 12 Days of Christmas series that I've been doing. I think that they're all really good recipes, obviously, but they're perfect for the holidays, so definitely check that out. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!